Hello everyone, today we're learning how to make dollhouse miniature apples that you can actually peel and make look real. This is one of the apples. Here is an apple on a plate that's been partially peeled. It even has some browning to it, and it's just sitting on a little plate. And then you have apple slices with seeds in the middle as well. And these are just loose slices. And I'll be working with red apples today just to show you, hopefully it'll show up better. You take your clay, any kind will do, your polymer clay. You peel off some, warm it up, make a nice ball in your hand so it looks, like an apple. This is a little too big, but I want it to show up well. You're going to take pastel chalks, and you're going to take your, whatever color you want. Say you want red, you can take your red. You're going to want a razor blade. You just scrape it in like that. That's getting that nice chalk all over the place. Now you're going to take your red. You're going to brush it on here. And there's part of your apple. Take a real stick that you picked from your tree outside somewhere, and you take your apple, just stick it right there on the top, and that'll squish the bottom and top to make it look more realistic. Don't make it too big though. And you can always add more chalk if you brush it off. That's never any big deal. And I squished a little too much because I'm in a hurry because I only have 10 minutes. So, you take your razor blade again, and you just start peeling your apple. See how that's done? You can carefully, you could peel it, you could slice it, you can actually peel it in small sections, so it looks like you're really peeling it. And then you want to keep your apple that's partially peeled, although you want to wash all the red off, and so you don't have red on the inside. I'm just, like I said, in a hurry. But you also want to keep all these little pieces for if you're doing a little plate, because then you have your apple sitting there. Oops, wrong one. You have your apple sitting there with the pieces that you just peeled, and if you want it to look really realistic, you take like a half a cut where it's still attached. Like you're in the middle of peeling it. You put it on the plate next to all the other pieces that you already peeled off, like that. The other thing you can do is you can take, generally a clean brush, but you take brown, and you can put a little bit of brown on there to make it look like it's been sitting out a while. See? To get the slices of apple, you're going to take a piece of clay, you're going to roll it like a worm, you're going to turn it over, and you're going to slice out a little, like a hot dog bun, you're going to slice out a little section like this. And what I have are tiny little glass beads for scrapbooking, actually, but that's where you, for scrapbooking, that's where you find them. You take the little beads, you can put them in here. This is going to look like seeds when you're all done, and you just squish them into the clay so they don't come out, and you could turn it over. Try and keep the seeds off the back side. Paint it red with your chalk. Remember, you're using chalk, not paint. The chalk gives it a matte finish, which looks really good. And you do all of it. This is where you do the slices. You slice here. Now check it out. Now you have little red apple slices, and I didn't get the beads in there very well, but you would have tiny little seeds in right there in the center in the crevice. And those would be your little apple slices. That's all there is to it. You could, if you want to make them shiny, like on a plate to make them look a little different, you could use gallery glass, the matte medium, or you could even use TLS, translucent liquid Sculpey, that is bakeable. But I would just bake the clay. I would just bake the clay and then cover it with a gallery glass, because gallery glass doesn't have to be baked after you use it. You just put it on there and then let it dry and it's all done. And that's what these are.